What's up, everyone? Welcome to my freshly being painted office. They got some patchwork done. It's almost gonna be tight. I got my conference table back there. I got a guest bed back there, shelving over there. So we are almost ready to have this place jigged up, but until then, I'm gonna have to Q&A this ghetto style up in the hood. And also with all the shit we're putting in here, it's gonna get rid of this echo. Okay, this comes from, I'm gonna have to anonymous this one out. It's come from a man, Platypus. Platypus says, hey Mark, okay, the subject is HGH and test. And when you have a subject like that, you know it's gonna be a damn good email, right? So check it out. Hey Mark, I'm a longtime fan, love your channel. I know you always keep it real and you're not afraid to tell the truth, so I figured no brainer to ask you this question. I'm 30 years old. I used to weigh 330, I'm down to 225. I lost most by just my diet, but I started weightlifting a year ago. I noticed I've gotten stronger, but no huge gains, so I have a friend who is on gear. Gear being them dare steroids. Injectable test and HGH. He's telling me I get shredded on the HGH and build on the test. He told me to take low dosage. What do you think? Would this be a safe stack or would it even be worth it in your opinion? You're gonna lose all your fucking gains. Fuck. Fuck, 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 fuck. You've been training for a fucking year. A fucking year. My brother is 39 years old. He's still making gains as a natural. Here's the thing. I will stand by this statement until I fucking turn blue in the face. Unless you have a medical reason, I do not think you should use steroids unless you make an adult decision that that's the path you want to take your life. Now, here's my opinion on steroid use. If you want to use them, you're an adult, I don't give a fuck what, I don't care if you fucking do heroin. It's your fucking body. I don't fucking care. I'm a libertarian. I don't give a shit. As long as it doesn't hurt anybody else, have at it, bro. Have at it, okay? But realize, if you're gonna do HGH, you're not gonna see fucking results worth a shit. Okay, if you're on low dose or even a higher dose for about 3 to 6 months. And even then on a lower dose, you're just gonna notice some fat loss, and when combined with test, you might notice a bit more hypertrophy, because what HGH does, it causes hyperplasia, which is division of muscle cells, and test, steroids, cause hypertrophy, which is the growth of cells. Combine the two, boom, you got fucking great shit happening, right? However, HGH, if you're on it, that shit's your multivitamin. I fucking love HGH for anti-aging. I think it's the fountain of youth. I think we found it. Sylvester motherfucking Stallone proved that that shit works. I mean, he doesn't even look human, man. He looks like, you remember that fucking TV show Heroes? You guys ever watch that? That fucking people who don't age and just heal themselves. That's what he looks like, man. He's like a cyborg and shit. All right? So here's the deal. If you're taking low dose test, what's low dose test? If you're taking 250 milligrams a week, you're gonna be just a little bit above what you would be normally. You're gonna get some gains, some extra gains over what you would normally get. Nothing extra crazy. Now a beginner's cycle, a lot of people do, is just 500 mgs of test. It's usually, if you go to a lot of the more experienced gyms, at least when I used to train as a teenager, you go in and let's say you've put in your work and you know, Jason Blaha and I were talking about this. You got a dude who, unless you can bench 400 pounds, squat 400, there were some numbers we threw out, each gym's different. Then if you did steroids, you were like ostracized if you didn't fucking pay your dues naturally first. That's how it used to be. You know, here's the thing is that you might get some results. Now, the general rule was, you know, people go, hey, you know, 500 milligrams of test is a good first cycle, a week, 16 weeks, taper off. My thoughts have changed since I first started, and not changed, but my thoughts are different than that. In that once you go on, I've never seen in my life anybody keep their gains long term from a cycle. It might take a year, it might take 2 months, it might take a week, it might take 2 years, but you're gonna revert back to your natural state. Now, if you go on a super crazy cycle, like a gram of test, a gram of Tren, or 700 mgs of Tren, some DECA, whatever the fuck these people do, some D-bol, and then you come off and you go on maintenance dose, you gotta realize your body needs a higher level of androgens to maintain your state of lean mass. You see what I'm saying? So if you go from here down to here, your body's gonna adjust as such. So you're not gonna keep your gains. So my theory for test and HGH, I'm gonna get to his personal, but I'm just gonna get broad for the first part. My whole thing is, unless you're willing to make a lifelong commitment to hormone replacement therapy, don't fucking touch steroids. And even if you are willing to make that lifelong commitment, realize it's a lifelong commitment putting a needle in your ass. And if you get advanced, you're gonna put a needle in your ass multiple times a week. That's something to ask yourself if it's worth it. Now, GH, if you get a prescription for it, and if you have a GH deficiency, which they do have prescriptions for it, I can't say anything bad about GH. At 1 to 2 IUs a day for anti-aging benefits, I've yet to find any data showing that anybody, I've seen old people's blood work on it. I mean, I just see, you know, if you get a prescription, again, if you have a deficiency, I've seen great things happen with it. I'm not gonna diss that at all. But in super high, really expensive, super physiological doses of whatever the fuck the pros are using, I don't even know. I don't even think anybody knows what's gonna fucking happen when you use those stupid doses. There's no studies on young males fucking taking 10 to 20 IUs of GH a day or whatever the fuck they're taking. So that's that. Now my thoughts for you. What the fuck did I call him? Platypus. You know what? Don't do it. You've been training for a fucking year. You were a fat fuck. No offense, I love you. You were fat as fuck. And you lost weight. Now, you can make gains. You have not fucking paid your dues to do steroids. Build a natural base. You've been training a year. Build a fucking natural base. Your friend, for even recommending it to you, is a piece of shit. I mean, you don't need to do this. You're literally... Steroids are relatively safe when used wisely, but just by you asking me this, you're not ready to step into the dark side. You're just not ready for it. So, don't do it. And if you do it, realize that when you come off of it, everything you just did is gonna go away. So fuck it. Why even start if you can't maintain it? If you're not willing to make a lifelong commitment of androgen use, and what the fuck's low dosage? 250 a week? Is that low dose? You ain't gonna see shit on 250 a week. Especially if you're in a normal high range to begin with. If you start at a normal high range and you come in at 250, you know, your balls are gonna shut down. So that normal high is gone. It's not like you're building, if you're here, you're not building on here. If you're here, okay, your shit's going here. So your steroids are gonna provide everything. Everything, okay? HCG can only do so much. So you're relying on an exogenous source of hormones to replace what you already had going probably fine in the first place. So keep up the journey, keep dieting and training hard, and 5 years from now, after you plateau, and you're ready, you're 35, so you're gonna fucking need HRT at 35 anyway. Most guys do. They just don't get diagnosed with it. There's a huge article in the Wall Street Journal about people on Wall Street going on test for an advantage at work just because they want to feel normal because their test is so fucking low from working long hours, eating shitty food. Well, they do. I mean, you're fucking on the fucking eating whatever fucking food they eat on the trading block, you know? So that's my thing. I'm just going to be real with you. I don't think you should do it. I'm Marc Lobliner, TigerFitness.com. Because low dose, GH and test, fuck man, if you're gonna do it, YOLO, because it's not a game.